Good afternoon, everybody. How are we doing? Welcome to Kel Talks Chelsea. I'm Kel. Hope you're all having a great Friday. Before we kick off, like and subscribe, guys. Be much appreciated. I'm sure you've heard all the news. It's rife. It's out in the press. It's out in the media. It's online. Bedad Egbali, the kingpin, the big cheese at the club. Wow, he's finally spoken. Bit of a coincidence, don't you think? That 3.5, 4 years at the club, he's now come out and said some stuff. Out in America, at some conference, put out a briefing. He's been interviewed, and he's come out with a few things. Now, excuse me a sec. There we go. That's a little bit better. Bedad Egbali. Everyone's hero, isn't he? He's the geezer. We all love him, don't we? The leader of the Brady Bunch. Wow. When you thought PR couldn't get any better, when you thought the narrative setting, the liars couldn't get any worse, well, today we've been hit with a bullshit bomb, the biggest of the lot, an atom bomb, a H-bomb, nuclear weapon, bang, straight on us. And you know what? We still don't believe it. You can't mug us off. Let's start. I want to go into, I'm not going to go through it all. I'm just going to go through a few bits, all right? Try and save a bit of time because there's a hell of a lot to go through. Only in the 40th, 50 minute of the process. So 40 to 50% basically through your plans and your process for our club. 4 years. 4 years it's taken you. 4 years of every single Chelsea supporter's lives, right? It's taken you just to get to 40, 50%. Now, if it's 40 or 50% of your process, then you're looking at 8, 9, 10 years, aren't you? Nothing has gone right so far. Everything has gone wrong. So what? You're expecting us to wait another 50, 60% of your process, maybe another 5 or 6 years, gambling, because nothing's guaranteed, to actually see some positive results from your process. I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, what happened to 4 windows? 4 windows. And then after that 4 windows, when we're already on the slide downwards, we get, another couple of transfer windows, another season, another season. Every time a season goes past, every time another couple of transfer window goes past, it's then, we're going to need another how many more? How many more transfer windows? How many more seasons before we see any light at the end of this tunnel? There is no light at the end of this tunnel. This process is in the bin. It's been in the bin since you've walked in. And to build up this process, to get improvements, where is the money going to come from? Where is the money? What money? What money are you going to continue with this process and improve on it and get things right? Where is the money? Please, somebody tell me. Have they got money trees growing out in their gardens? They don't exist. 1.3 billion in loans. Massive interest on those loans. Plus money they already spent before getting the loans. Plus the fact they're hemorrhaging. Their wrists are slit. They're bleeding money every week, every season. Every season it's hundreds of millions of pounds losses. Every week it's at least, on average, £10.4 million lost every week. So where is the money coming from? You took over this club debt free. Within 4 seasons, you've got us in the biggest debt the club has ever been in. And apparently it wasn't well managed financially by Roman Abramovich. Who's not running it well or managing it well financially now? Even worse now, by a long chalk. At least with the much smaller debts we had under Roman Abramovich, which got cleared by him out of his own pocket, we won Champions Leagues. We won Premier Leagues. We won Club World Cups, Super Cups, FA Cups, League Cups, Community Shields, Arsenal's favourite trophy. We won a lot. And we were only in the Club World Cup last year because of our success of winning the Champions League in 21 under who? Roman Abramovich. But you've now extended debts upon what Roman Abramovich had. So where are you coming out about that? Where's your accountability about that? Where's your apology to Roman Abramovich for slating his name? The guy was a success. The guy was a genius as an owner. One of the best owners, if not the best owner that's ever been in the history of football. And you slate his name. Another thing Ed Barley said. Already got 8, 10, 12, 15 elite players. Well, that's 7 difference between 8 and 15. Okay, that's almost, well, that's 2/3 to 3/4 of an actual side, isn't it, on the pitch? Of elite players. Really? So which is it? Is it 8, 10, 12, 15? You don't know, do you? You wouldn't know an elite player if it slapped you in the face. You haven't got a clue. Egbarley, Bowley, any of the owners, any of the directors have not got a clue about elite players. 8, 10, 12, 15. Which one is it? You don't know. Unbelievable. Count on your hands, guys. How many elite players have we got? 5, 6? And are they truly elite or are they just shy of elite? Let's go through some. Caicedo, Cucurella, Palmer. I'm starting to scratch my head now. Elites we're talking about, not very good or excellent, not just good or moderate, medium. Caicedo, Cucurella, Palmer. Reece James, who can't stay fit. We thought all of a sudden he could suddenly start staying fit. Lo and behold, he's out again. Not many people are going to put Enzo Fernandez in there. On his day, he's a very good player, but he's not elite. I'm sorry, I don't care what anyone says. My opinion, he's not elite. He's a very good player on his day. He can change a game now and then. He can score goals and assist goals, but he's not elite. Esteval? Are you putting Esteval in that bracket? For me, he's still learning the trade. He's got talent. He's got a great start in his career. But to call him elite, he's not elite yet, is he? He's just got promise. That's it. So where these 8, 10, 12, 15 elite players in our effing world-class team squad, Finkelstein, where are they? All this money spent. So, next thing. View is to keep, sign, retain, compensate and extend some of the world's best players. 4 years in, where are some of these world's best players? Where are they? Where's the Mbappes? Where's the Harry Kanes? Where's the Vinicius Juniors, etc.? Where's the Lamals? Where's the Musialas? Where's the what's his face? It's gone out my head. Up front for Manchester City. Him. The big blonde Norwegian. Why has his name gone out my head? Christ. Too much stress from Ed Barley, that's what it is. These are the elite players, some of the elite players. What elite players, in your mind, do you think we've got, Egg Barley? We haven't. We've got players who may get to be elite, and that's it, but they're not. 5 or 6. 5 or 6. I mean, it's just a rubbish, isn't it? It's just, how much more rubbish are some of you Chelsea fans going to keep believing? I mean, proper ones with a brain in our heads, we know. Can't pull the wool over our eyes. The lies, the lies, the lies. I mean, this week has been super rife. I mean, every week is rife with PR, narrative setting, bullshit and lies from the club. But this week, the big cheese coming out and starting to get involved. And we'll get to why in a minute. We'll get to why he suddenly opened his north and south. Right. And he's saying, we've done a few things right. A lot of things right. Have you? No, you haven't. You haven't done a few things right, and you haven't done a lot of things right. You've done very few things right. You know, just almost none at all. What have you done? Brought Caicedo to the club, Palmer to the club, Cucurella to the club, maybe João Pedro, put him in there. What else have you done? Everything else has been an absolute failure. Your whole transfer protest, 90% of the players you brought in possibly have been woeful or just not good enough. Not good enough for a team of Chelsea, a team of Chelsea's history, a team of Chelsea's size. A football club of Chelsea's size. You've got the club in the debts. You're mugging the fans off. You're selling more tickets on your Vivid Seat scams, aren't you? To tourists trying to push us out. You keep trying to pull the wool over us. You keep lying to us. You've sold all our assets off just to gain a bit of cash in your own pockets, etc., etc., etc. You could go on all day coming out with all your failures at the club. So where's your lot of good things you've done right? Please, someone explain to me. You're delusional. Well, you're not delusional. You're just outright bullshitting and lying. Delusional is sort of, you're not totally aware of what you're coming out with. You just, your brain's off floating somewhere. This is absolute 100% bangers and mash lies. So you want to believe that? Where are we? Got to be better on a few things, he said. No shit, Sherlock. But on a few things. On most things. On probably 99.9% of things, you've got to be better. If not everything. Because you've failed miserably. On the pitch, off the pitch, behind the scenes. You have failed miserably. Egg Barley, Bowley, Feliciano, Walters, Wiss. All of you. And all your 20 million crony bleeding directors who just have not got a clue. Well, we got to add more ready-made players. Well, we've heard this. We've heard this time and time and time again. Ready-made players, quality, experience, proven. These words we keep hearing. When? What players do you mean? I mean, players like Tosin. He's Premier League experienced, but he's crap. Is that the sort of proven, experienced Premier League players that you're going to be going for? Tosin's, because he's a freebie. Didn't cost you anything, and you'll get a small profit when you get rid of him. Is that what you're talking about? Because, yeah, that's all we keep getting, isn't it? The rest of it's lies, and when you do actually act upon what you say, it's crap coming in the door. Again, though, with what money are you going to go out and get these quality, proven, experienced players? What money is at the club? There is none. You're in the bin. Everyone knows you're in the bin. Wiskid, Brassic, Lint, absolutely well and truly. Not a penny at the club. So it's just more utter rubbish, constantly feeding out this shit. Everyone needs to come on board and just go, shut up, you melt. And talking about tweakings within the team, within the process and all. You don't need tweakings. That's just a little bit here and a little bit there. The whole thing needs changing. The whole team squad needs a rebuild 4 years later, almost 2 billion spent. So what's tweakings going to do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So don't talk about tweaking. Shouldn't even come into the narrative. It shouldn't even be there. You're talking shit, Igbali. It's just, you're digging yourself deeper into a hole. How do you expect us to believe what words you say? We've had 4 years of lies and now you're coming out with more. It's just unreal. Goal is to have elite players on the pitch. Why are you saying that now? Because we've had no evidence of you wanting to do this, because all we keep getting is kids coming in. Unproven talent with little experience, especially little experience in the Premier League. But we know why you're buying the kids, because in 2 or 3 years' time, you can recycle these kids for a little profit. Even if you don't make a hell of a lot more for them, on the books, the book value over 2 or 3 years, you will be getting a profit. So this elite players rubbish again. Where is it? Where's all the big boys coming in? I mean, we all know it's nonsense anyway. 1, because the club is skint, but 2, you ain't going to pay them the wages that they want. That's one thing. Another thing is, they're going to cost a lot of money to buy in the first place. Where's the money for that? And what sort of elite player wants to come at this shit show at Chelsea Football Club? Sorry, you're CFC LDN, not Chelsea Football Club, is it? What elite player is going to want to come to this club? They ain't. No one in their right mind of elite quality will stand for this crap. Yeah. Elite players and characters off the pitch that can bond with fans. Well, there is no connection. Bonding with fans. There is no connection now with massive majority of Chelsea fans and the players that are playing for us. Chelsea, for as long as I can remember, even in darker days in the late 70s and early 80s and stuff like that, I personally had more of a connection with Chelsea players than I do now, and I know a lot of Chelsea fans out there have no connection with these fans. You've caused a divide in the fan base, but you've also caused a divide between the fans and the players. So all this bonding with the fans, characters. What characters have we got? Where's the characters in our team? Uncle Tosin, who put an arm round Palmer to cheer him up now and then? Is that it? You're relying on Tosin to be the man behind the scenes in the dressing room, on the training pitch? Who's the character? Where are the characters? Our characters like JT, Frank Lampard, Drogba's, Ashley Cole's, Czechs. Kick you up the arse when you're slacking. Pick you up and help you up off the floor when you're hurting. Where's these characters? Make you laugh when you're not so happy. You know, carrying you through bad times. Feeding your confidence. Building your confidence. Where's these characters in our squad now that can do this? There aren't any. Not even our head coach has got the capacity to do that. He hasn't even got the capacity to do tactics and formations and systems and stuff and anything that works on a football pitch, because he's inexperienced, because he's a rookie, because he's a novice, he's unqualified, he's out of his depth. So we haven't even got a gaffer to do that. Where's your Mourinho's and your Ancelotti's? Even Gus Hiddink to a certain degree. Conte's. He won the league with us. He had a bit of character about him. So we've got no characters whatsoever as coaches or players. So that's all shit, isn't it? Um, yeah, and what sort of fans are you talking about? It's not the loyal fans that are going to have any connection. Maybe the tourists that you attract with your scams, with your ticketing scams, with Bowley and all that and his vivid seats. All your tourists that you want to bring in. You want to build a rapport and a connection with them, a bonding. Is that who you're talking about? Because that's proper, 100% bleeding blue, not burning blue, bleeding blue fans. Got no connection. And it's sickening because we should have, but you've taken that away from us. What's next? Objective is to keep players, and we've done that. Or have you? You've already bought a few and sold a few, haven't you, in your tenure? And you're going to have to start doing it soon with more players, aren't you? Because we're skint. How are you going to make any revenue? How are you going to make any money? Got nothing else apart from gate receipts and shirt sales and stuff and beers at matches and all that nonsense. That's the only sort of revenue you're getting in. So all these promises of buying players, where are you going to get the money from? You're going to have to sell what we've got to bring in. We are a sell to buy club. So how are these players going to be kept? Please answer that. No intention to rebuild every 3 or 4 years. Listen. You keep buying and selling. So you're going to have to keep rebuilding. You mugged yourself there, haven't you? Every season, players coming in. Then there's players going out. Next season, players coming in. Players going out. So you just gone against what you just said. Except you're not doing it every 3 or 4 years. You do it every 1 or 2 years, don't you? Every summer. I mean, there'll have to be a clear out again this summer. Just to raise some funds to maybe buy some players. And most of them will probably be kids or probably people to the standards of like Alex Scott at Bournemouth. Is that all we're worth? Is this going to be your elite proven quality? Those sort of players? He's a good player, but he's not elite. Doesn't make sense. So you want to keep players? No, you don't. You don't want to keep them because you're going to have to sell them to raise money. Because we're skint, because you skint us. So it's all more lies. It's just lies, lies and lies. Want players to become club legends for next 10, 15 years and beyond. To become a club legend, you have to be at the club a certain amount of time. And you have to be at a certain level. And you have to have a certain rapport with the fans. Who have we got to do that? So that's absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. I mean, anyone that's close to elite with us, anyone that's close to having a small rapport, will be sold on again because we have to raise the money. No one's going to be here 10, 15 years and beyond. None of them. Not under your process. Those days been thrown in the bin. It happened under Roman Abramovich. Look at the legends just under Roman Abramovich's tenure. The list is endless. Your Lampard, your Terrys, your Czechs, your Coles, blah, blah, 2 Coles, Ashley Coles, Joe Coles. Even just before that, your Zolas and Poyets and Jimmy Floyd Hasselbanks, blah, 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 blah. The list is endless. I've missed out loads, but there's plenty. They're proper legends. Who have we got that's going to be legends in our squad right now? You tell me. So it's more rubbish. So it's 4 years of lies. 4 years of life. And it's 4 years of you suddenly realizing that you've got to start getting proven players in, you know, and all this shit, experienced, quality. It's 4 years. Just all of a sudden, this week, a couple of days or a day before a certain event that's happening. Yeah, it is. We're at a point where we can take that next step. Hopefully in the next year and beyond. Well, how many times have we heard that? And the word hopefully. Hopefully in the next year. Well, we've had 4 years. Why hopefully in the next year? See, hopefully. So you're not even trusting your own process there, are you? Hopefully. Not we're definitely going to do it. It will definitely happen. Hopefully it will happen. Well, we've been hoping for 4 years already. It ain't good enough. It's 4 years too long. So you don't even trust your own process, do you? You really don't. 4 years wasted of every single Chelsea supporter's lives. It is a disgrace. How are you going to repay us for that when it's nonsense? The lies, the debt, everything. The skullduggery, the dirty dealings behind the scenes, everything. The brown envelopes, feeding shit out here, there and everywhere. Should have been done already. To me, there's no more chances. You can keep talking whatever you want to say. Just, it's lies. Everything is lies. I don't trust you. Most of us don't trust you now. And more are jumping on board against you. Just get out. Blueco Clear Lake out and take your lies and everything else associated with you. All right? Get in a big minibus. Fuck off. Get out. So change the model. Tweak the model. Experienced, proven quality players, transfer rumours, left, right and centre, constantly as usual. Same old lies and bullshit this week. Same old rubbish, constantly. And you know why Barley has put the cherry on the cake this week? You know why? Because his puppa's going. They're under pressure. We put them under pressure. You can guarantee their investors are on their backs. They're worried about this protest tomorrow. They've intensified their PR waffle because they are under pressure. We have put them under pressure. Tomorrow is going to put them under pressure, and we have to keep doing it. We have to keep maintaining it. Relentless, relentless. We know they're panicking. No coincidence. It's not a coincidence. It is what it is. He's coming out with this because they're trying to save themselves. They're trying to cover themselves. They're trying to look like the innocent party. They're trying to look like the victims. They're pushing it more out there. I wonder how much they've spent on brown envelopes this week. Eh? You know, a week where we found out they've given themselves massive pay rises when they've got the club in inhuman debt. Just absolute astronomical debt. They put the club in debt and they're paying themselves 80% pay rises. The executives, the top boys, and then the directors are getting 60% pay rises, and the players and the rest of the other stuff are only getting 6%. I mean, who ruins a club? Who financially screws a football club over and still wants to pay themselves 80%? What have you done to earn any sort of pay rise, let alone 80%, whilst the club is financially in the shit? We are bang in trouble. And you've got normal PR waffle this week about players. It's been relentless. Oh, Chelsea are interested in this player. Chelsea are looking at that player. Oh, Chelsea like this player, that player, blah, blah, blah. Most of them are an absolute shit. Some of them I've never heard of. Most of them are young. So where's the proven, experienced Premiership quality? Where is it? Again, you're shooting yourselves in the foot. You're showing yourselves up. You're mugging yourselves off. It's just all constant lies. It's fucking painful. Just want to get them and slap them. Calm down, Kel. Calm down, Kel. So yeah, it's just constant crap. He's pulled this meeting. Now, he probably already had this meeting planned for other issues, business issues, blah, blah, blah. Sneak this little thing in, he thought. Try and calm the fans down. He knows the massive majority of fans against him. They're doing their best to appease the fans, to calm the fans down, because they're frightened about tomorrow's protest. At the Wolf Pack Inn tomorrow before the Manchester United game. Just down the road from Fulham Broadway, the Wolf Pack Inn. People are going to start getting there sort of 5, half 5, having a beer, having a couple of sherbets here and there. And the march is due to begin from the Wolf Pack Inn to the ground from about 6:30, 6:45, probably closer to 6:45. It starts. And you're going to have Chelsea there. You're going to have the Strasbourg lads there. It's going to be big. Anyone knocking it, it's going to be big. It's going to be so much better than the last couple. And if you hear any of the press belittling it, trying to push it under the carpet, being negative about it, don't listen to the media, okay? I was there for the one, was it February last year, before the Southampton game. And I'm telling you, I mean, I was there holding banners up, very vocal. At its best, still not massive, but there were at least 400 or 500 people there. And I got home and then I was listening to the reports later. I can't remember the reporter's name, but he tends to go outside grounds and comment for Sky Sports. Can't remember. Ugly git he is. Probably in his early 60s, I don't know. And he's saying, oh, at most there's about 100 people here. Wasn't many people here. Yeah, blah, blah. This very negative, playing it down. And I'm thinking, you lying bastard. You can't trust Sky Sports, you can't trust Talk Sports, you can't trust any reporter in the general media. You all know their names. You know, your Jacobs, your Laws, your Ornsteins, your Romanos, that Sky Cafe geezer, all of them. They all talk shit because they're all bought. They're all brown envelopes. And everybody else, all of them. There you go, there's your little brown envelope. Say what we want you to say, set the narrative. So anything you hear negative about the protest, don't believe it. It's going to be monstrous tomorrow. There's a lot more Strasbourg fans coming over than was reported by the media as well. And the Chelsea are going to be there in bigger numbers. And it'll be really nice if the United 1958 got involved as well. They can slate off Blueco and Clear Lake if they want. But the fact is they've got something in connection with us, in common with us. And that's the fact they've got American owners that have let their club down. Now, it's a good chance for them to be vocal just against American owners fully, totally. Because they're wrong uns. We can't let them monopolise the league. We can't let them do that. They're already killing clubs in the Premier League. Can you imagine if they hold a majority of the clubs in the league, which gives them more power, more rights, more say-so? And what they will do, everything would just be a franchise. It will turn into the NFL. And we don't want that. Because that's not football. Okay? It's not soccer. It's football. So, it's against Blueco. It's against Clear Lake. But 1958. Feel free to join in. That'll be fantastic. But it's going to be good. Be there or be square. Alright? Don't listen to the press. So, yes. What a coincidence, eh? No surprise that Egg Barley has suddenly spoken up. What timing, mate? What timing? You're full of shit. It's rubbish. It's a scam. It's garbage. It's tosh. It's just lies. Whatever way you want to say it. You're trying to save face. You're trying to save your reputations. Well, you've got no reputations. And then, so let's get past that bit. Egg Barley on Rossignol. We think he has every attribute to be successful here. What, a short spell at Hull City, a short spell at Strasbourg, never won anything major anyway, as a player or a head coach. Nothing. So, how does he have every attribute to be at Chelsea? Please, someone tell me. What rights has he got to have had the job in the first place? You know, some people, some wallies out there, oh, he's only been here a couple of months. Well, in that couple of months, he's just proving what us realists were expecting. Absolute shite. We're conceding goals like no one's business. We're not scoring goals. We're setting negative records constantly under Rossignol because he's out of his depth. He doesn't know what he's talking about. On the touchline, if he's not holding his magic pad, his notebook and pen, and trying to give instructions with 3 minutes to go in a match when we're getting smashed. He's standing there looking like, I don't know, a deer, a rabbit in headlights on a road. He has not got a clue. Any decent gaffer he has come up against on that touchline, in those dugouts, he has failed miserably against. They've outdone him. He just hasn't got the minerals. Johnny Minerals, shout out, mate. And Eunice, geezers. He just hasn't got it. So what attributes has he got? You can clearly see the players do not believe in him. There is no confidence in them. You can see by the way they're playing. You can see by the way some of them have come out and spoken up. You can see just by their looks on the pitch. You can see it in their face. You can see it in their performances. They don't trust this guy because he's out of his depth. He hasn't got a clue. He's useless. Again, not the qualifications to get anywhere near a job like head coach at Chelsea Football Club. He's done nothing to deserve it. And he's done nothing so far to deserve to keep it. We all know why he is here. We all know why that the ownership has said, no, he's staying, he's our man. Because he does as he's told and causes no fuss. Yes, sir. No, sir. 3 bags full, sir. He's a good boy. Yes, man puppet. He earned his stars. He earned his stripes with Blueco and Clear Lake at Strasbourg doing as he's told. And they thought, there you go. Let's bring him to Chelsea now. He's proved he can kiss and suck ass. He's our man. He hasn't really got the qualities, but he will do as we tell him. That's the truth of it. Because he will do as he's told. It's just... What is it? We've had a tough past 5 or 6 matches. But I think we're behind him. You only think. You only think. Not you're definitely behind him. You think. So that's just telling us, the signals there is, you do have your doubts about him. As a coach. Not as a yes man, but as a coach. We think we're behind him. That's interesting. There we are. Of course, it's a results business, but we think he can be successful long term. No, he won't. Maybe if he keeps doing as he's told, but not with his coaching ability. Think. In other words, you're not sure, are you? You definitely ain't sure yourselves. Mugging yourselves there again. What's it? And what is it? There was something else I thought as well. But it's just, how can you come out with this? He's our man, but you can only say, I think he's good enough. Basically, it's just shit, isn't it? Their employment of gaffers, for goodness sakes, has been appalling, hasn't it? You got rid of a Champions League winning gaffer, a world elite gaffer who had to work under sanctions and bans and God knows what else by the government, restricted left, right and centre what he could do in regards of a team, squad, finances and everything else. And he still won the Champions League. Still won the Champions League under sanctions and bans and everything. And fines galore, whatnot. And then you brought in Potter. Wow. Poch. Maresca. Maresca, probably the better of the bunch, but still not elite, not yet, but he was the better of the bunch. And now the worst. You've gone from the best of the bunch, none of them are any good, but you've gone from the best of the bunch to the absolute worst. You'd have to be Stevie Wonder not to see this guy just hasn't got it. Give him time, some people. No, there's some things in life when you know straight away. You just know it's not gonna work. It's not good enough. They're not good enough. Whatever. There are some things in life you know from first second of seeing it, witnessing it, hearing it, whatever. You know it's shit. Liam Rosenior falls under that category, I'm afraid. Straight away. Didn't deserve the job. No one really wanted him. We all knew why he came in. And he's proved how useless he is. Absolute dog shit. He's not good enough. So, yeah. And your employment of gaffers, it's just as bad as the players you bought. 90% of the players you bought. You haven't got a clue about recruitment, have you? Look at the recruitment. The managers, head coaches, and the players. What sort of system have you got at this club? I mean, it is total incompetence, ignorance, arrogance. Just... Again, well, you know, we all know why you got Rosinia. This is just... at the highest degree, Egg Barley manipulating the fan base, trying to pull you on side. There's only one side. There is only one side, and that's Blueco Clear Lake out. Don't listen to anything. I've said this before. Don't listen to a word they've said. I mean, if you really want to build an elite team, build an elite club, which it was before you came in and destroyed it, why would you bring in a rookie novice gaffer? We know why. And after 4 years of you being here, we've got neither an elite gaffer or an elite squad. Sorry, Finkelstein, you were wrong. Yeah, gaslighting, constantly gaslighting, constantly insulting the fans' intelligence. You just... I mean, you insult our intelligence at any given time that suits them as well. Just whenever they want to feed some shit out, they will, just to cover themselves. When the shit hits the fan, boom, there's the PR nonsense. It's... You can't believe a word they say. I'm sorry. Anyone that still does, you need some work on your grey matter. I mean, what have they excelled in? What have they done good in? The only thing they excel in is lies, PR, narrative setting. That's the only thing they excel in. Out of everything to do with our club, that's the only thing they excel in. So, I mean, yeah, debt's exposed. Reminder of Blueco can sell this week. Rosania is still Blueco's man. Well, we've just muddied that, haven't we? And the press conference the other day, was it yesterday? Rosini under pressure in press conference when questioned whether his players believe that they can secure Champions League qualification. When he was asked that question, he got offended. He got rattled. Didn't like it. And what did he come out with? I don't know why you would ask that question. Well, give you a few reasons why that reporter who had some balls, who asked you that question, that rattled you, that made you nervous. Well, because we all know you're under pressure. We do know you're under pressure, okay? But because we're struggling terribly, we're playing terribly, okay? The team has no confidence. We know that. Results are down the toilet. We're sitting sixth in the league. There's teams right on our arse, big time, and in better form. And we've got plenty of tough games coming up, including tomorrow against Manchester United. And the fact is, one of the biggest ones is you're useless, Rosania. That's why no one's got respect for you. No one's got faith in you. You're useless. I think there are enough reasons to question you about whether the players actually believe they'll qualify. I don't think they really do. I think their mojos are proper in the mud because of you, Blueco, Clear Lake, and the whole process at the club, which is a pile of shit. But there you go. That's just mudding a few things. That's just getting a few things off my chest that have happened this week. Again, the PR, it's spreading like a vile cancer. I mean, all cancers are vile, but this one, super hungry to eat away at our club, super hungry to eat away at our fans. It's PR. Lies. Shut up, Egg Barley. You're a melt, mate. You're a scumbag. Right, let's get on to this weekend's fixtures. Okay, said my bit on that, a bit of weight off my shoulders. Anyway, Tattoo, Chelsea. proper, not like some of you toxics out there and some of you plastics. Get off the fence, get your head out of the sand. Stop listening to lies, all right, you gullible melts. Right, fixtures for tomorrow. Brentford versus Fulham, 12:30 kick-off. I've gone for Brentford 2, Fulham 1. London derby, West London derby there. I think Brentford might just squeeze past that one, being home. Leeds United versus Wolves. Wolves already in the slammer, already in the toilet. I'm going for Leeds 3, Wolves 1 for that one. That's a 3 o'clock kick-off. Another 3 o'clock kick-off. Newcastle, struggling a little bit. Eddie Howe may be leaving in the summer against Bournemouth. I've been playing all right. I'm going to go Newcastle 2, Bournemouth 2. Bit more pressure on Eddie Howe, I think, there. Now, Chelsea, the 8 o'clock kick-off, the big one. The game after the protest tomorrow. Be there or be square. I'm sorry, there's only one thing I can really do. I know Man United lost against Leeds on Monday. But I just, at the moment, I can't trust this team. I can't trust Rosinia. I can't trust the atmosphere at the club. I can't trust the belief in the players at the moment. They're gone. Now, I'm not saying they won't win. They can win if they want to, if they want to step up. But I just think there's just a lack of energy. The mojo's gone out the window. They're struggling here. And when you're struggling there, don't matter how good your feet are. If you're not right here, you're no good on that pitch. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I want 3 points. I hate seeing Chelsea lose no matter what. All right. But I can't see it tomorrow. And I've gone Chelsea 1, Manchester United 2. But what I really like is Enzo to start the game tomorrow and bag a couple of goals. Now, wouldn't that be a load of shit in Blueco's, Clear Lake's and Rosinia's, the puppet, in their faces? That would be great, wouldn't it? Eh? I would love that. Can't see it, but it would be nice. So, yeah, 2-1 to Man United. Sunday, Aston Villa versus Sunderland. I've gone Aston Villa 3, Sunderland 1. Everton, Liverpool. Oh, the Merseyside derby. Liverpool struggling a little bit. Just got knocked out of Champions League. Ekitike looks like he's out for a very long time with an unfortunate injury. Everton kind of playing pretty well at the minute. I'm going to go for Everton 2, Liverpool 1. I'm going to go for a Toffees win here. I hate Liverpool, my second most hated side behind Arsenal. And Everton do wear blue. So for me, I want Everton to win. Everton 2, Liverpool 1. Nottingham Forest versus Burnley. Well, Burnley, pretty much the same as Wolves. They're gone. They're done. Forest got a good result against Porto in the Europa League. I think they'll be riding the crest of a wave. I'm going to go for Nottingham Forest 3, Burnley 0. And then the biggest game, not for Chelsea, but for football as a whole. Manchester City versus Arsenal. The Citizens versus the Gooners. Big game. Big game. This could mean a lot. City are 6 points behind with a game in hand as well. So if City win this, they'll be 3 points behind. And if they were to win their game in hand, they'll be on the same points. And that would put it right up Gooners' backsides, wouldn't it? And we know the Gooners like to bottle it. Will they find this fire that Arteta keeps waffling about? The fire. The fire's burning your arsehole, mate, isn't it? Or will the Gooners bottle it like we get every season? Who's going to be up for it tomorrow? Is it going to be a fast basketball match, a tennis match, not from one side to the other constantly? Or are Arsenal going to park the bus like they've been doing for a while, being very defensive and boring? Yeah. Are they going to show any of this fire that Arteta keeps talking about? I don't know. I know what I want. I'll put down a score that I want. And I think a majority of fans want as well. And I've put down Manchester City 2, Arsenal 1. I think at home, Manchester City are playing slightly the better football and getting the better results. So I'm going for a 2-1 win for them, and I'm hoping the Gooners continue to bottle it. We've been associated with them for many seasons now for bottling it. So you can excuse us for thinking the same this season. Okay? No comebacks from you delusional Gooners. So that's that. Chelsea's lineup tomorrow, quickly. Mine, what I think they might pick. AI will pick, not Rosinia, and it won't be Rosinia's tactics. It'll all be pumped out of the computer like it is every game. Sanchez in goal. Gusto right back. Cucurella left back. Fofana, unfortunately, in piss poor form, but probably him because he's got a bit more experience. Now, the left-hand side of centre-back, I don't know. Hatto played last time. I wouldn't say he was great. Wasn't awful. Wasn't the worst player on the pitch against City, but he wasn't great. And he is a fullback, really, not a centre-back. But there you go. But what else have you got? Hatto, Badiashile, Tosin, Sarr for that left-hand side. That's your choices. I don't know. I really don't know what they're going to pick. In the middle, Caicedo, Lavia. Now, in front of them, I'm going to put him in. I don't know if he will be allowed in just yet. There might be some excuses for not playing him, but I think he should. And that is Enzo. I would stick Enzo in front of Caicedo and Lavia. Palmer out on the right. On the left-hand side, do you play Esteval on the left? Because the last couple of appearances, he's just been bullied a little bit, hasn't he? Not been at his best. Would you play him? Would you play him also out of position on the left-hand side? It's going to be Esteval, Garnacho or Neto. I don't know there. João Pedro up front. So, that's that. Almost an hour. Quite a few things to get through, weren't there? But yeah, tomorrow, I can't express it enough. I can't share it enough. It has to be shared. The protest. The Wolf Pack Inn. Just a few hundred yards further down from Fulham Broadway Station. If you love your club and you can make it, be there. If you can make it. If you've got time on your hands, be there. The club needs you. Chelsea Football Club needs you. Not CFC, LDN, not Blueco, not Clearlake. Chelsea Football Club needs you. We need these lying, scamming, thieving dirtbags out of our club. So get there if you can. All right? Start getting there anywhere between 5.5, 6. Have a couple of beers. All right? Yeah, and it probably start marching from about 6:45 towards the ground. Be loud, be proud. It's Blueco, Clearlake out. Win, lose or draw. Bullshit, setting narratives, scamming, dirty dealing, skullduggery. Blueco, Clearlake out. They are a cancer. We don't want them at our club anymore. Dirtbag wrong-uns, they have to go. The club is in such bad trouble. I can't express that enough. How much more do you want your club to die? How much of this shit you going to believe by Egg Barley, Bowley and all the others? How many more lies are you going to listen to? How many more times are you going to be sucked into the nonsense they keep pumping out? Chelsea is very close to death now. Oh, that's a bit extreme, Cal. No, it's the truth. I'm in my mid-50s. And I've been going to games since, when was my first game? 1978. I think it was my first game. They weren't good times. They weren't good times when I first started going. Born a blue with blue blood. But my first game was 78. And I've been to hundreds of games, home and away. In England and abroad. As I've got older, I don't get so many games. 5 kids later, I can't afford so many games. Not that I'm on Vivid Seats list anyway, to be sold a ticket. Ha ha. But I've seen some dark times. I've seen relegations and stuff. I've seen financial problems. I've seen Ken Bates buy the club for £1 and sort of save us, and all the crap there, and not so good squads and players, and as I say, relegations, promotions, and what have you, electric fences, blah blah blah. I've been involved in scuffles, let's put it that way, on the terraces with opposition fans, out in the streets with opposition fans. I've sort of been there, done it, seen the good, the bad, and the ugly at the club. But I'm telling you now, in all my time as a Chelsea supporter, I've never seen my club in such peril, in such danger, so deep in the dirt, so deep in the sewer. I've never seen us like this. You've got to do something. Get there tomorrow. Protest. Make it massive. Like I say, be loud and proud. Give it your all. And anyone that does attend, my respect. All right. So there's my take for tonight. Get them out. Get them out. Just get them out. They can go, and we can push them. Like I say, they are under pressure. We know they are sweating. We know there are skid marks in their pants now. Keep the pressure on. Keep applying it. Be relentless. Relentless. Don't give up. Win, lose or draw. Blueco out. Up the Chelsea. Speak to you later.